ladies and gentlemen, I present to you our first YouTube video that's going to go on the Just Saying YouTube channel. And it's a tier list.
That's right.
We're going back to 2020, 2021. So, up first, as you can see here, we have a regular season standings tier list with each division from the AFC East all the way down to the NFC South. And we're going to give you guys our full regular season standings predictions.
That's right. Where we think every team is going to land, and everyone can hold us accountable and tell us we're dead wrong.
Yeah, this is not going to be perfect. I doubt
by any means
anybody that predicts this kind of stuff is completely right.
Unless you're a time traveler.
Yeah, unless you work for The Simpsons.
Yeah.
All right, with that being said, starting off with the AFC East and leading off with the Buffalo Bills.
This is Jarris's tier list, by the way.
Yeah.
He's going first.
Yep, so the way we're going to do this, I'll explain it real quick, is I'm going to make my pick, and then Shay has his tier list on the right. And if he agrees, just put it up there. If he disagrees, he's going to put his in a different spot. And the first team is going to be the division leader, and then it's going to go in order from left to right. So yeah, starting off with the Buffalo Bills. I'm just going to put them there for now because I don't have them winning the division. They're going to be, for me, I'm going to say that they're going to be in second.
Okay.
And who I have leading the division, the Miami Dolphins.
Oh, okay.
So, Dolphins, Bills, following suit. It's going to be the Jets. And we all know the Patriots are going to be last in that division.
I think everyone can agree.
I think that's a consensus. All right, so Shay, what do you think?
All right. Well, right away, I'm going to disagree with you.
What? I thought we were in agreement.
I
picked the Eagles as the best team. This is what you do?
I know. I see your Dolphins, and I think that's what they need to do to go deep in the playoffs, is win their division so they have a home game, because they can't win in the cold. That's already been proven. So I think that's what they need to do, but I don't think that they will win the division. I do think the Bills will still win the AFC East. And if Aaron Rodgers stays healthy, I do think the Jets will come in second, followed by the Dolphins, because they can't beat good teams. And then the Patriots.
All right. Yeah, very interesting. I know a lot of people predict the Jets to have a really good year.
Yeah, I think they could, but...
So yeah, there's the AFC East. Moving on to the AFC West. I think it's pretty obvious.
Yep, I agree with that. I agree with that.
So with that being said, it gets a little bit more dicey. Now, I'm just going to say right off the bat, the Broncos probably last. So I'm just going to put them up there right now for now.
Okay.
I think this division's kind of predictable.
Yeah, I would say the same.
So I think it's going to be the Chiefs leading, obviously, the Chargers, then the Raiders, then the Broncos.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. I think it's
I think that's one of the more predictable divisions in the league.
Now, Jim Harbaugh's back in the NFL, coaching the Chargers. I want to see him and Justin Herbert and the Chargers organization have success so bad. I really do.
Oh, for sure.
But they're in the same division as the Chiefs, so I don't know if that's going to happen.
Yeah, when you got the best quarterback in the world, man, but you never know.
Now this is a good division. Here we go.
I honestly can see any of these teams winning the division.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
These four teams have the toughest schedules 1 through 4 in the entire league. They were the best division last year. With that being said, I might be a little biased, but I'm going to have the Cincinnati Bengals winning the division.
Okay.
I think with last year, they didn't have a bad year last year. They still finished with above 500 record. It's all going to come down to Burrow staying healthy.
Exactly.
Honestly, that's the only contingency. Moving on, I think the Ravens will come in second. I think the Browns. Now, do I pick the Browns to finish last with that defense they had last year, or do I take the Steelers?
I don't know. You tell me.
This is a tough division, folks. You know what? I'm gonna take the Browns, and even though I wanted Fields to have bounce back, I'm gonna say the Steelers finish last. But I can see again all these teams finishing above 500.
Yeah. All right. Well, this is where it gets different. I think the Browns can win the division. Deshaun Watson's. This is his prove it year, right now. If he does not have a good year, it's over for him. I strongly believe. And I think their defense will carry them to the playoffs, to the division win. Now,
it's so tough too.
Yeah.
Because I believe the Ravens had a top 3 defense
They
in
did.
the league as well.
Now, the Browns, the only thing is Nick Chubb, it came out, I think yesterday, will not be playing until week 4 because of the knee injury. He's on the PUP list, so he's automatically missing the first 4 games.
Okay.
So
So there's the possibility that they get off to a slow start.
correct. But once he comes back, and if he is the same Nick Chubb, which he could be, if anyone can do it, it's him. Oh, watch out. But I think the Ravens, because it's the Ravens,
Alright.
I think we could flip. Actually, I'll flip them. There we go. That's what I'm going to do right here.
Yeah.
I think the Ravens. The Ravens are, especially Derrick Henry, because now I just thought of Derrick Henry getting back there. You have Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson able to run. Come on.
All right. You know what? Yeah, you're right. I'm going to change mine. I'm going to have the Ravens winning the division again.
Okay, yeah.
The Bengals will finish second.
I think the Ravens will win it. I think the Browns can get second as long as Deshaun Watson has a good year, because their defense will carry them. The Bengals, for me, Burrow needs to prove it to me. When he's healthy, he's one of the best quarterbacks in the league by far. But he needs to be healthy. If he has another injury this year, there are going to be serious questions.
All right, moving on to the AFC South, a division that I think used to be predictable, but with all the moves that have been made with these teams, not so predictable anymore.
Not so predictable.
With that being said, I do think it's the Texans division to lose. With CJ Stroud, now, like you said, he could have a sophomore slump. It's possible.
But I don't think so.
But with the Stephon Diggs trade and signing Nico Collins, I think it's Texans division to lose easily. With that being said, it gets a little bit tougher because with the Colts, you also have hopefully a healthy Anthony Richardson
That's right.
coming back, and they do have, I think, an underrated offense. So, do I want to be biased? I don't know if the Jags did enough to bolster their offense. I don't. As much as I want them to succeed. You know what? Yeah. I'm going to say the Titans finish second. You know what? I'm going to be controversial here. I'm going to put the Jaguars in last.
Ooh.
I'm going to put the Jaguars in last.
So you already think the Trevor Lawrence contract is a bust.
I want it to turn out well. I really do. I just don't think Lawrence has shown enough, and giving him that massive contract. Now, they have Doug Pearson. Great coach. Love the guy. I know Eagles fans love the guy.
Oh, yeah.
I just think that's going to be too much pressure for Lawrence. I could see him honestly falling off.
Okay. All right. Well, I agree with Houston. They're so good, and they had a great offseason. So I think I agree with you. It's their division to lose. I am actually going to put the Colts at number 2 when if Anthony Richardson can stay healthy, he's going to be lights out. He showed those flashes the first 4 games of the year last year before they shut him down. So I think he'll be really good. And then, yep, there you have it.
So we do agree with the Jaguars. I'm honestly kind of surprised.
I think the Titans are underrated, and too many people are going to say they're going to, pretty much suck this year. I think they could surprise people.
But I do think the AFC South is closer
Yeah.
than a lot of people believe. Moving on to the NFC East. This one's tough at the top.
Tough. This could be, they're going on now 23 years in a row
with a different leader
division winner
every year. With that being said, I think the Eagles are going to come back out on top. The streak is going to continue.
Hell yeah.
I think, like we said, Jalen Hurts has every opportunity, all the weapons around him to have a big bounce back. I think he's going to want to come strong out of the gate and be like, yeah, I'm back. They had a great offseason, like I said, so yeah, I think they're going to win. That being said, it gets pretty easy from there. I think the Cowboys are an obvious second. They're just a really good, they're a good regular season team. Just the postseason's always been where the failures are at.
Love it.
Now, the New York Giants or the Washington Commanders? Which, third or fourth? What order? I know Jalen Daniels has done pretty well at his training camp and in the preseason. I know Daniel Jones has not had a very good preseason training camp. So I'm gonna say Commanders and then the Giants.
I think this is the only division where we will agree completely on the outcome.
Yeah, but we agreed on the AFC West.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Just kidding. I think the Birds will win it this year. They should. The Cowboys, yeah, they'll have another good regular season, but then they'll fall flat on their face. And the bottom two, no one really cares about right now. So
it's pretty obvious, yeah.
Yeah,
I think with the Cowboys, with all the distractions, I could see that.
Yeah,
they could get off to a slow start. All right, moving on to the NFC West. So I think obviously the Giants are not the Giants. I did it again. The 49ers, not the Giants. That's a completely different sport.
Yep.
I think it's obvious. I think the San Francisco 49ers are going to win the division. Now, are the Seahawks going to bounce back is the question. I think obviously the Cardinals are last. I think that's pretty obvious. But they could surprise people too. So I think with a healthy roster, Matthew Stafford and another year of Puka Nacua, I think the Rams could have a big bounce back season and finish second. I'm gonna do predictable. I'm gonna do Seahawks third, Cardinals last.
All right. Well, I'll throw a wrench in it. I think the Rams are gonna win the division. Of course, San Fran is gonna be the favorite, as they should. But their offseason distractions with Trent Williams and more so Brandon Ayuk, I think is just gonna be too much. Now they still have Brock Purdy, Christian McCaffrey, George Kittle, Warner on the defensive side. Yes, they're loaded. They probably will win the division. But I think the Rams will surprise people. Stafford's healthy. The Rams as a whole are healthy. Puka Nacua is Puka Nacua. And Cooper Kupp is Cooper Kupp. So I think the Rams could be the surprise team of the year and win their division. Now, I'll do the 49ers second, yeah. And then I will do the Seahawks third, Cardinals fourth.
Now, this is, I think, a really wide open division. NFC North.
Mm-hmm.
Even though we said the Lions are favorites and they could win the division, it might be their division lose, but the competition
Mm-hmm.
has gotten so tough. With that being said, I think the Vikings are going to finish last.
You're on my list.
Oh. I think I think the Vikings are going to finish last.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they do have Justin Jefferson,
Yes.
but JJ McCarthy got injured, so he is out for the season, and now their starting quarterback is Sam Darnold. So not a great picture for the start of the regular season. For me, that's the most obvious pick, and now these three are tough. I'm gonna go controversial here. So I do think the Lions are gonna win the division. I think the Bears are going to come in second, and I think the Packers are going to finish third. But this is shaping up to be probably the strongest division in the NFC.
Okay. All right. I'll be more controversial. I'm gonna have the Packers winning the North.
Ooh. All right.
Not that I think they're better than the Lions. I think the Lions are better, but I think the Packers just have so much momentum. Even though they lost the playoffs, obviously, and the Lions made it farther, yeah. But the Packers have so much momentum over last year, I think they could surprise people and win the division. Then I'll have the Lions coming in second,
Okay.
followed by the Bears. And then the Vikings. I picked the Bears having the best offseason, and I think they did. But I don't know if they will make the playoffs. Just saying. And out of the worst division last year.
Which probably is the worst division this year.
Yeah.
I am also I'm gonna go controversial here. Now, obviously the Panthers are gonna be last.
That's my list again.
Obviously, the Panthers are going to be last. I think we can all agree on that.
Uh-huh.
The Saints, probably third. I'm actually going to have the Falcons win the division and the Bucks finish second.
I see you. And I raise you the Bucks winning the division again.
Okay.
Followed by the Falcons. Then I think the Panthers will improve to at least be third. You can't get anywhere. I mean, you could lose every single game, but I don't think they're going to do that. I still don't think they'll make the playoffs, but I think they will be better, and I think the Saints will round out the NFC South. And that does it
All
for
right.
our list there in the regular season.
That's your regular season standings.
Hold
again.
us accountable. You better hold us accountable, because we're going to come back to this later in the year and see how dead wrong we are.
Yeah, we will. Yep. So there's my list on the left, and when I'm not messing around with it, that's Shay's list on the right for the regular season.
Yep.